to compute a correlation coefficient in Excel, we just use the built-in function, which is equals and then CORREL. And then it asks for two arrays, and those are the two variables that you're looking for the correlation coefficient. So you highlight that first column and then comma, and then the second column, and hit enter, and that's our correlation coefficient. For the equation of the least squares line, first we need to create a scatter plot for our data. So we highlight our data, and then we're going to go up to insert, and then we're going to add a scatter plot, which is our set of dots here, or you can click on recommended charts to open a menu of possible things. So we're just going to do our scatter plot. Okay, and there's our scatter plot. Then we want to add the least squares regression line. So if you click on one of the points, you see that they're all highlighted here, and then you can right click on that and add trend line. Okay, that should open the menu on the right for formatting. But the line itself, if you want the equation, down here you can click on display equation on chart, and then that's the equation of the line. For the residual, for the point corresponding to x equals 3, we need our residuals. So in our column over here, we're going to need our predicted y and then the residual, because the residual is the observed y minus the predicted y. So to get our predicted y, we need the equation of the line. We can copy the equation or we can just type it in. I'm just going to type it in here. So it's negative, so equals, and then the negative 2.6. And then instead of x, we're going to do times this column over here, which is our x values. So times that x value, and then plus the 29.8. And then hit enter, and that's the predicted y value for x equals 2. And then we can take that and we can drag it down, to drag that formula down to get all of our predicted y's. And then for our residuals are the observed y minus the predicted y. So equals, click on the observed y minus the predicted y, hit enter, and then we can drag that formula down as well. So those are our residuals. So the residual for the point corresponding to x equals 3, well, corresponding to x equals 3, the residual is 0. And then the coefficient of determination, there's two ways to do that. You can just take the correlation coefficient and square it, or the chart will actually give it to you. So if you click over here on the line, and then over here on the bars, display r squared value on chart. That's the coefficient of determination. So you click on that, and then down here you see that it gives it to you. One last comment about these things that it puts on the chart. By default, it just picks a certain number of decimal places. If you click on it, though, you can go to formatting, so these bars over here, and then change the category from general to number, and then you can tell how many decimal places you want for each of the numbers. So you can go pretty high. If I could go up to, say, 10 decimal places, and you see we get 10 decimal places of all the numbers in there.